Hi everybody, I'm Lydia, and I'm here today to review my Made Japan crate with you all. So let's take a peek, see what's inside, and see what we think of it all. So, Japan Crate is a snack box with various Japanese junk food and candy. Each month they give you a little manga, which is the word for Japanese comic book, and they have a continuing story arc throughout. I'm not going to reveal what's in it. It's kind of a secret unless you're a subscriber. And then it illustrates what they're going to be giving you this month, whether you're getting the mini, original, or the premium size box. Personally, I subscribe to the premium box. And then they give you a little bit more in depth about some of the products in the box. And they tell you what the seasonal significance is sometimes, because they try to put in something that's seasonally relevant when they can. They do a giveaway each month called the Sugoi Crate, which has some really cool products in it. More than just the snack foods, they give you collectibles, games, game systems, all kinds of crazy stuff for one lucky subscriber. They just choose it at random. So if you are a subscriber, you could win. They tell you what's going on that month in Japan, and they teach you a little bit about Japanese culture, which I think is really cool. And every month they also have a DIY project candy, or snack, it could be either. But they give you the instructions in the book so that you don't have to worry about whether you're going to be able to figure it out, or if they're not in English, it'll help you take care of it. So, this month, they are premiering a larger sized crate, which is why it says All New Japan Crate. This larger sized crate can hold just a little bit more candy, and I really like it. I did not bring up a normal size box to compare. I probably should have. The difference is about 2 inches, give or take, in terms of the width. And I think it's close to the same length there and about the same depth. So overall, it just has a little bit more space for some of these things that are bagged like this, that just take up more air space, even though they're not heavier. So let's get started. So first off, I will open this up to the middle so I can make it easy for you all at home. So first off, this month had a carnival theme, if I remember correctly. So there's some really fun products, and first off is this Tohado caramel corn, and it also includes peanuts in it, which is really different. I actually got this in a previous box. I want to say it was my very first box back in October. I really enjoyed it. The consistency of this caramel corn puffs are kind of like Cheetos, but I found that they were really nice. They're somewhere between Cheetos and the Hollis popcorn, that kind of texture. I thought they were good. The caramel was not too strong, but it was a really nice light touch. I really enjoyed them. So I'm not going to open this one since I've already reviewed it for you. Next up, this is the DIY for the month. I don't usually do the DIYs on film, and this one will be about the same in that I won't do it on film, but this is a melon flavored jelly concoction. The longer you stir it and let it sit, the gooier it gets. Which, that sounds a little bit weird to me, but it's kind of similar to the little mochi gummies that I got one of the first couple months I was subscribing, so I think that sounds pretty good. And the melon flavor should be nice for a nice change. Alright, so let's get to one that we can try on film. This is Big Mashuro. And it says here that this big marshmallow is so fluffy and delicious, and Mashuro-san, which is the character on the package, is a cute little guy, so that's cool. And it is very, very soft and fluffy. Let's open it up here. I feel like this is a very simple kind of treat that would not be able to be easily marketed in the US, whereas in Japan, I feel like it's this novelty item that, even though it doesn't seem like it has any extra flavors or pizzazz, because of how candy is marketed and the culture there, you can market something really simple and fun that is kind of a better treat than some of the things that we have in the US. Well, it depends on your opinion of better, but something kind of smaller and healthier that we take for granted in the US because we're used to big flashy things and crazy new flavors all the time, which they do a good bit of in Japan too, but they have a place for simple things in their hearts, which I like. This is exactly what it says it is. A big marshmallow. I feel like this would be perfect for an extra large s'more. And it is a little more substantial than some of the marshmallows that you get where you would have kind of the, chunky ones for making s'mores and that sort of thing. So I feel like in all this is probably about as much as probably 3 or maybe even 4 of those marshmallows in terms of the density. It's just a little more dense. But it tastes great. Very simple, very nice little treat. So our next item is potato chips. These potato chips are a nori shio by Calbee. Or wait, no. Maybe I'm getting these mixed up. Oh, it's 2 different kinds that you could get, and this is one of them. So, this one is the nori shio flavor. They're a Japanese twist on regular potato chips. Nori is seaweed and shio means salt, so these are salted seaweed chips. That sounds really good. I like seaweed flavored items, so this will be fun. Alright. They have a little bit of an earthier smell, but they look good. I like them. They're a little bit like the sea salt and vinegar flavor that you'll find sometimes. Very simple and just a hint of the seaweed flavor, which I think most Americans are really not used to, but it's very, very pleasant and mild. Just an undertone kind of. So very good. I'm going to enjoy these probably with a sandwich for my dinner. Alright. Next we've got something that looks like a fish. So this is the Puku Puku Tai Chaco. Puku Puku refers to the sound of fish gulping, and taiyaki is a traditional fish-shaped dessert that is usually served warm with red bean or other fillings in the center. So this is a fish-shaped dessert, but it's made of wafer with chocolate inside the middle. That sounds good. Alright, so this is a really light little kind of wafer cookie. Kind of reminiscent of the wafer cookies that your grandma would have, or if she was like mine anyway. Let's try it out. Fish head time. I didn't expect that it's hollow, which is kind of cool and fun. It's got a chocolate coating all around the inside. So I guess it was just kind of blasted with a little bit of chocolate on the inside. It's very light. The chocolate isn't particularly rich. It's just that very light Japanese style chocolate that you'll find sometimes. And that's just a really fun little treat. I'm gonna eat more of this fish later. And it comes in this little bin kind of thing. Kind of like what you would buy at the supermarket with it covered up with plastic and things. At least that's what it reminds me of. I don't know if it's the same in Japan, but that's how you'd find fish in the supermarket sometimes in the US. Or other meats, at least. Alright. Next item. Something long, and I think it's lemon cola? I don't know. There's a lemon and there's cola. So maybe this is the sour cider gum. That sounds about right. And oh no, it is cola candy. Oh, okay, it's cider flavored on the inside. It is the Hajji Riccio. I always gotta make sure I say these right. Cola candy. Hajji Riccio literally translate to let's gnaw. It is a chewy rope candy that's cola flavored on the outside and cider flavored on the inside. Let's see what it looks like. It looks like cowtails. Like with the, it looks a lot like the cowtails where they have the caramel with the cream center. So I kind of am feeling like I'm gonna bite into it and taste the caramel. So let's see if I can override that and give you a good opinion of this. The texture is actually really similar to cowtails. It does take a tiny bit longer to dissolve in your mouth, which, I mean, caramel is very derivative of sugar and very, very simple, whereas this probably has a little bit more of other substances which make it a little bit harder for it to dissolve in your mouth, which isn't a bad thing. You immediately do smell the cola, and it tastes of both really nicely. I think it just has kind of a nice soda flavor overall that isn't, it's kind of a mix of like a Coca-Cola flavor and a Sprite flavor, which is kind of cool. I like it. So, thumbs up there for something a little bit different and out of the ordinary. Next we have these Pandaro cookies. They're butter cookies shaped like pandas. And there are 5 different packaging for these, which I got the exact same one that's in the pamphlet right here. It's probably hard to see, but it looks cute. I feel like these are kind of similar, at least in the idea, to the Ronald McDonald cookies that you used to be able to get at McDonald's. I don't even know if they make those anymore. But they were those, you know, really simple little butter cookies that, I don't know, kids really like them, even though it's not something that's that crazy sweet. It's just a nice fun treat that it has some faces and fun to it above the, you know, normal round cookies. Oh no! So apparently this is supposed to be one big cookie. And it's sort of broken up. So I guess it didn't survive the transit very well. You can sort of see the edge of his ear. But it's pretty badly broken. But I'm going to give it a nibble and we'll see what we think of it at least. It does smell nice and buttery. Yeah, basic crunchy butter cookie. Slight hint of vanilla. Kind of like the cookies that you get with the sugar on top around Christmas time. You know, those really basic ones. It's fun. I could definitely see this as being one of those things that a kid would enjoy. You've got like these, figure out what's different between the two pandas kind of game on the back. So that's fun. Alright. So these 100%, and they look like honey. Okay, so let's see. This is called Hachimitsu, which is Japanese for honey. They are hard candies that are true to their name. They're 100% honey. Okay, that's cool. And it says there's a little bit more about them on page 12. So I'm going to look at that there. So apparently in recent years, honey has been a big import item for its natural sweetness and health benefits. Honey and maple syrup are actually some of Japan's most popular imported foods. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. Honey produced by Japanese honeybees is especially rare, accounting for less than 10% of domestic honey. So that's interesting. Although European honeybees are bigger in size and hold more nectar, Japanese honeybees are thought to be more resilient to diseases and able to collect nectar of 100 different types of flowers. Anyway, I'm going off the ropes there. Let's try them out. They sound cool. And I do like the part about how they are just discovering honey and maple syrup now. I think it's very interesting to see what things have ported between different cultures, basically, as we've, come closer to globalization. Alright, so it's just this little orb, kind of tablet, of pure honey. Which it is like most other hard candies, but it is, kind of that amber color. It feels just a touch sticky, but it actually manages to keep from being really truly sticky. I don't know how they treat it to do that, but probably some kind of heat treatment. Anyway, let's try it out. So I can tell this is going to take a long time for me to eat, so I've just kind of tucked it in my cheek there. It tastes delicious, just like honey. I kind of wish they had this kind of candy in America, because I feel like the taste of honey is something that a lot of kids don't enjoy these days. I know I didn't learn to like honey until when I was in college, honestly, because when I was a kid, early on I didn't really have any honey in my diet. But when I was about, I don't know, maybe 10 or so, we would, at least in my memory, it may have been earlier than this and I just ignored it. We'd visit my grandma and she would put honey on biscuits, and she made those delicious homemade southern biscuits, but I just wanted butter on them because that's what I'd grown up having, and to me honey just tasted way too sweet and it had its own flavor, unlike sugar, or at least what Americans perceive as sugar being flavorless. Comparatively, honey has a lot more flavor. So I am learning to like honey, and these candies are going to be a great addition to helping me along with that. The next item I'm going to pull out, let's take a look at the bonus item. So all crates have a, or at least this month, all crates have a bonus toy item, and these are kitty cups. It says here that Japanese gachapon often feature cute animals in silly situations, and these cats have gotten themselves stuck in mugs, which is pretty darn adorable, I've got to say. So if I can get open this little plastic ball that it's in, then I can show you guys a little bit better. Maybe I should have loosened this up prior to filming. No, it's coming. Alright. The good part is, it is a little keychain. So you have this pink and gray and white kitty, and its adorable little teacup or mug. That's just really cute, with its little green eyes. So that is a fun one. It will kind of go on my back wall here with all of my other fun things that I am collecting. And I kind of have a lot of things going in right now, so it's exciting to see my office take shape a little bit. Soon I may actually change my perspective here because I think I'm going to be rearranging some things as I put in some more storage and hopefully open up the space a little bit. So I'm really excited. Anyway, off topic, right? Next item. Oh boy. I'm not sure I'm gonna like this one. This is Pachi Pachi Panic Cola. It's basically a Japanese version of Pop Rocks that is cola flavored with sour lemon surprises. Pachi Pachi is their onomatopoeia for the crackling sound the candies make when you eat them. Alright, so this is a thing that I probably am not gonna look dignified trying out on film. I'm not a big fan of Pop Rocks, so I'm expecting that these will be kind of a similar reaction, that I may not love them. But I know some people love Pop Rocks, so I'm not gonna knock it. I feel like it's actually a pretty cool choice. Alright, this is a little weird. So inside, you've got what kind of looks to be crystals, like maybe rock candy, plus these pellets. So I think they're kind of the flavor crystals, and then the pellets give it either a sour, because there are some slight differences in color between the pellets of what I'm guessing is lemon, and then what I'm guessing is cola to give a little bit of fizz. I'm gonna just do a tiny bit here because there is a partially exploded one, and hope that I can stand this okay. I may give the rest to my husband. I'm not sure he likes it either, but we'll see. Okay, so that was really unpleasant. I do not like Pop Rocks. I'm glad that I've had the chance to confirm that I still don't like them. So, fun for some of you folks. I will pass. Oh my. That was, just not as enjoyable, guys. But I'm a wimp, so there you go. I will make sad faces, but it is not as bad as some of the other things that I've tried on film, so. And I will link to my really horrible video from the Love with Food crate a couple months back, because it's just really silly. I tried 2 items that I know right away I'm not gonna like, so. It's fun to try on film for you guys, because I love you. But yeah. Sometimes I do crazy things for y'all. So this item is the Mochito Kinako Mochi. It sounds good. Kinako is a traditional soybean flour that's naturally sweet and healthy, and it's often paired with mochi, which is a Japanese rice cake. So this dessert is naturally sweet and tasty, and it's also healthy. And there's a little bit more about it further in here. So that's cool. Oh gosh. Yeah. You get a little rabbit popping out in the corner of the packaging. Which it is the moon rabbit. He lives on the moon, and you can often see him pounding rice to make mochi. That's a really cute little story. And it goes on to tell about it, which I think is a really cool folklore thing. So let's test this out. I was wrong about this being the carnival box. I think that was a different one. This is the traditional Japanese foods box. I don't know why I got that mixed up, but maybe I did get it mixed up. I don't even know. Oh, whoa, whoa, these are weird! Alright, so there are 2 of these little guys, and you pick them up, and they're squishy. they're kind of gummy squishy. You can tell that there's like a filling in the middle and there's like a powder coating on them to keep it from being too sticky. That's just weird. I feel like you'd never be able to get away with one of these in America. I don't know, maybe you would. There's lots of gimmicky things, but let's try it. That tastes pretty good. I'm honestly pretty impressed. This tastes pretty good. You can see the filling inside there. It is sweet, but it is a very natural kind of sweet. And the outside is kind of gummy, but it's a very easy to chew kind of gummy. Kind of that superficial gummy. I like it, actually. I was thinking I was maybe not gonna like this so much, but it's actually pretty nice. So that's a cool thing. Something new to discover that I like. I'll probably eat the rest of that later on. I feel like those will go bad pretty fast just because of the feel of them. Got several more items in here though, guys, so stick with me. I know it's a little bit of a long video because of that. So this item, this looks pretty silly. I think, I don't know what's up with this guy. I think, okay, here it is. The King's Lost Crown, that's what this is called. The king lost his crown. Luckily for you, it ended up in your Japan crate in the form of a delicious cookie. Cool. So it looks like it's kind of a chocolate swirl cookie. Pretty simple, but I'm betting it's going to be pretty good. Yeah, I mean, this looks basically like a shortbread cookie, more or less. And that's kind of what it tastes like too. But it does look like there's a bit of filling in it. Chocolate filling. So I'm going to eat a little bit more just to see. It's not all that different. And the filling is not really any different than the rest of the cookie. I think it's just to give it a slightly more chocolatey flavor overall. It's a very simple kind of shortbread or butter cookie. It's nice, and it is a little less buttery than the other cookie, the Panda one. So that's cool. Next we have the Big Bar Z, which is a white chocolate over kind of a Kit Kat kind of candy bar. I've noticed that white chocolate in Japan is better than white chocolate in America often. I feel like white chocolate in America is often really fake and just sort of creamy and not actually white chocolate. Hopefully that means I'll like this, because I don't like most American white chocolates because they're just kind of that fake flavor, and I can actually tell the difference. So, see what we think. So this is kind of a star-shaped chocolate bar. I'm going to try to be careful. It looks like it's melted just a little bit in here. The weather has been getting warmer. In fact, I just got my June box, and yeah, there were some definite issues with melting there because it has been in the 90s off and on here a whole lot more lately. But let's test this one out and see what we think. So I don't get that it is white chocolate at all. It just tastes really nice and creamy mixed with the cookie bite. And it doesn't feel as much like a Kit Kat, even though that's what it says in the booklet. It feels kind of like the Umaibo, but oh, I'm getting a little bit of the aftertaste of the white chocolate, but it's really subtle. It's a very nice, creamy, crunchy kind of cookie bar instead. I like it. I feel like they got it right. It's something nice and different that I would probably actually get again if I was in the mood, which maybe I wouldn't be too often, but it's kind of cool and different. And now I kind of want to try some Barzy and the other flavors. Pretty cool. And it's pretty big. It's about the same size as the Umaibo. Alright, we've got 4 items left. I can't count, guys. So this one is similar to one I've received in the past. I've received a orange version, I think, of this, which is called... Okay, I guess this is a bonus candy. Yeah, this is a bonus candy that I got, which is why it's something similar to what I got before. It is a strawberry candy, and it is a gummy kind of string, and I believe it is not a sour coating, but just a kind of sweet sugar coating on it, and you can kind of pull it out of the wrapper here. It's kind of a gummy candy straw. It definitely smells like strawberry. Let's take a nibble. It's really good. It is not the chewier kind of gummy, but it is the easier to quickly eat version, and the outer coating is pretty much just a pretty sugar kind of coating on there. Really tasty, really enjoyable. Nice bonus. Next up, this is the sour cider gum that I had spotted earlier that I thought was a different product. So, sounds interesting. Sour can be a little bit hit or miss. But I feel like Japanese sour candies are a little bit different than American ones. So this is interesting. It's a little bit, I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's hollow. I wonder if that means it's a whistle. Does not say so, but let's see. Nope, not really a whistle, but kind of neat. Let's try a little nibble. This reminds me a lot of the bazooka gum that you get as a kid, like at Halloween. It has that same light, airy texture. It is not sour, honestly. It's just kind of a very light, melony-y, cider-y flavor. It's not bad. It's not really strong. I like it pretty well. I feel like the gum part is not going to last long, but that's okay. It's a fun little thing to try. Which is the whole point of Japan Crate, honestly, is fun things to try. You may or may not like them. Alright, so this is a cookies? Saku Saku Panda Cookies. Okay, these are really similar to the last Saku Saku Panda Cookies, but these are a smaller size, I guess. And the Saku Saku is the onomatopoeia for the crunchy sound when you are walking on snow or leaves or sand, which is also the sound you make when you chew these. Or bite into these, really. So it's a little smushed. That's honestly, I think, one of the first times that something has been smushed in my Japan Crate, so I feel like that's just, you know, it's gonna happen sometime. Not a big deal. Okay, here, open here. I can't read it, but I understand that's what it means. There's a cute little cartoon. And then inside there's a packet and a little bit more to celebrate their anniversary. Which is kind of fun. There's a few phrases in English, and it's mostly just 20th anniversary, 1996. Yeah, that's about it. That's in English. So that's cool. And the packaging is really cute with the little panda here. Alright. Oh boy, okay. Yeah, this is a victim of the heat in North Carolina. This is a sad zombie melted mass of pandas. Oh. As you can see, there's where it sat on the bottom, and it's all flat now. Let's see if I can... Okay, this one came out pretty reasonably. The little ears were, I guess, chocolate, so it just looks really sad. It doesn't have ears. Sad panda is sad. Alright, let's try it out. Really pleasant. And it appears to melt really easily because it is melted just from my touching it with my fingertips. So, in this case, I think it probably didn't take very much to melt. So, just a warm day and the fact that sometimes they will leave these in our communal mailboxes, which are in the sun, and get warm, and I can't stop it. It just is what it is. That's where they deliver our mail. Alright. But on to the last item. This is a Hajji grape cider. And I'm guessing it is bubbly. Carbonated. Yeah. Full of bubbles. Sounds great. I'm getting over a cold, so I need to stay hydrated. This is the perfect answer. Oh, it smells really grape. And it is that Japanese unique grape that they use for their flavoring. Very effervescent, bubbly. I like it. It's very mild otherwise. Not too sweet. Very nice. Yeah, it's a fun soda that, honestly, I'm looking at the label here. It is less sugary than you're used to if you are comparing this to a Coke. And they're saying that this is 2 servings. And each serving is only 11 grams of sugar, which, if you compare that with a can of Coke, I think it's like 40 grams of sugar or 30. So, it's at least taking 1/3 of the sugar away. So that's pretty great. I like it. It's a nice treat. The effervescence and the light flavor combine really nicely. And I'm gonna rehydrate with this. So thanks for joining me, everybody. If there's any cool food or Japanese boxes that you'd like me to try, please mention them in the down below. I would love to check them out for you. And there's also information, if you'd like to subscribe to Japan Crate, about how to do that. So check down below, and if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'd love to know that you're out there and watching. So yeah, let me know, and thank you all again. Bye!